In the early hours of November 22nd, 1976, Graceland security was unpleasantly greeted by an unwelcome visitor, the killer, Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry was armed, angry, and demanding to see Elvis at 3 a.m. "He was out of his mind," recalls Harold Lloyd, Elvis's new security guard at the gate. "He was screaming, hollering, and obviously intoxicated." "Get on the JD phone. I know you got an intercom system. Call up there and tell Elvis I want to visit with him. Who in the hell does he think he is? Tell him the killer's here to see him." Lloyd, panicking, calls the police. Moments later, Elvis rings down to the gate. "Hey man, what the hell's going on down there, Harold?" "Well, Jerry Lee is sitting in his car down here outside the gate, waving a Derringer pistol around, raising hell, E." "What's that GD guy want, man?" "He's demanding you come down and see him, E." "Oh, I don't want to see that crazy SOB. Hell no, man. I don't want to talk to him. Tell him I'll come down and kill him. You call the cops right now, man." "Already did, boss." "Good, baby. Then, when they get here, tell him to lock his butt up and throw away the key." Elvis watched the whole drama unfold from his security monitors in his bedroom. The police arrived. Lewis was arrested for carrying a pistol and being drunk in public.
The truth behind that story, if there is any, but what happened?
Elvis, in the last days there, he was, well, about 15 times he called me on the phone, you know, and he said, "Jerry, I got to see you. It's very important. I'm very depressed and I want to talk to you, you know," and he'd talk to you bad. And I just couldn't visualize Elvis Presley being down and out, depressed about anything. You know, I shunned him off and I didn't go, you know. And one night he called me down at the Vapors Club there in Memphis, about a mile or so from his home. And it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and to admit the truth about it, I was drinking a lot of champagne that night. I don't drink champagne that much. And it made me a little wild, you know.
A little bit.
And so, yeah, really. And so, to say the least. So I went out and got my Lincoln car, you know. I said, "Well, I'm going to come down and see you, so I'll be there in a minute, you know." So I walked outside, and Mr. Forbes, Charlie Forbes, on the Vapors. He said, "Jerry, just a minute, I have a present for you." And he gave me this .38 Derringer pistol. It was brand new. Had never been fired. I still have it. Never has been fired. And I said, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Forbes." And I went to put it in my glove compartment. He said, "No, put this on the dashboard. If you conceal it in your glove compartment, it's against the law. Run you down, it's against the law. But if you put it on your dashboard, not conceal it, it's not against the law. Take it home." I said, "Okay, well, I forgot I was going by Elvis's house."
So you drove by with the gun out.
So I drove by there and the gun was there on the dashboard. And when I turned into Elvis's house, the front end of that Lincoln looked like it was a mile long to me. And I misjudged it and I run into his gate. And he had hired a new guard. Travis wasn't on the gate, his uncle. He had a new guard on the gate. So he come running out there and I hit the gate and it was shaking all over there like he was doing a show on there, you know. And it was kind of funny to me, I don't know. And he said, "Well, what do you want?" I said, "Well, Elvis called me and want to see me." He said, "Yeah, who are you?" I said, "Well, just tell him Jerry Lee's here, you know." And he saw that gun on the dashboard of the car. And he ran back and he called the law. And so I'm sitting there, you know, and a minute later, the law, about 5 or 6 squad cars surrounded my car, you know. I'm sitting there looking at it, and I was really loaded. And I went to put the seat back on the car, and instead of putting the seat back, I was putting the window down. I didn't know it. I threw this champagne bottle out the window, and I thought it was down, and knocked the whole window clean out. So they knew I was loaded. And it was embarrassing. And I said, "What are you going to do with that gun? You going to shoot Elvis Presley?" I said, "Well, if you're silly enough to think that," I said, "probably so."
That's where it came.
And they said, "Get out of that car, the old kid." That was the deal on that. And Elvis waited and waited and waited on me.